Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. My name is David. This channel is DeMars Coaching, and I make videos to help you guys heal and recover from your past traumatic experiences. Today's video I'm going to go over C-PTSD, Complex Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. I want to go over some of the symptoms so you guys can identify the symptoms you're having, okay? One of the hardest things for me going through this was to identify what had happened in my past. Because if you have a history, well, C-PTSD requires a history of trauma, not a single event. And if you don't know that it's traumatic, if you don't know that you were being abused, stuff like this, and then you have all these symptoms, you won't know why. You don't know why. So what I want to do today is to let you guys know that you are not alone, okay? This is a very isolating disorder, can be. Really feel like we're all alone. And I'm going to go over some of the symptoms that I had personally. I'm going to go over one major part of this and hopefully be kind of funny, but also help you guys understand that you're not alone, that this is a real thing, and that it needs attention, it needs help, okay? And we're all capable of healing, all right? You can use me as an example. You can use my clients as an example. I've watched many people heal, okay? First of all, I thought I was dying. The worst I ever felt was many years ago. It's been many years. And I thought I was dying. Literally, I had physical symptoms of like cancer and stuff. I was too afraid to go to the doctor to find out. I was certain I'm dying. Because I didn't know. Why? Why do I feel like this? I came out of my last abusive relationship, geez, over 10 years ago. And I thought, okay, I feel like this because of this relationship, because of all the horrible things this person's done to me, especially right at the end. Just, it amped up to 100%, full throttle, do everything you can to destroy me. And so when it was over, I could say, okay, she did some bad things to me, and that's why I feel like this. And then after some time, after about a month or two, I'm like, okay, I feel like this because I'm not over her. And I'm like, but I am. I can't stand her. I don't want her in my life. I totally know how bad she is, how ugly and gross she is. And this was years of me, especially towards the end, where I realized how bad and awful and sick she was. And so after 6 months, because if you have traumatic symptoms of trauma for more than a month, you might have PTSD. So 6 months later, I feel absolutely awful. And I don't know why. And I'm going out and I'm making it worse. Since I didn't know what was wrong with me, I didn't know how to make it better. And I just started going out. I remember I sold my house, started going out drinking all the time. And it was awful. I went and saw a therapist years ago. And they told me absolutely nothing. Nothing. I'm like, what's wrong with me? We don't know, David. Maybe you're a little depressed, but you have, this bad relationship that just ended. That's you probably have some situational depression. They were telling me how to get the abuser back in my life and apologize and write him a letter. And I was like, what is going on? And then I started exercising and eating better, and I stopped dating and started working a lot. That was good. At the time, I needed that. That was good. And then I started finally getting better. Finally understood, finally saw C-PTSD. That's what it is, from narcissistic abuse. So here are some symptoms of C-PTSD, okay, guys? I'm going to list a bunch. Because if you have it, then you're going to have some of these symptoms. And if you have it, you may not know you have it. You may not understand. Matter of fact, these symptoms can cause more self-doubt, shame, fear, anxieties. So let's start with this. I'm going to list off a bunch of symptoms. Self-doubt, anxiety, depression, physical symptoms for unknown causes, headaches, stomach aches, the first things that children exhibit that are experiencing neglect and abuse. And these just get worse in adulthood, from migraines to all kinds of gut problems, all kinds. Chronic pain, autoimmune disease, negative self-image, inability to control feelings, trouble forming relationships, inclined to isolate, maybe dissociating, obsessive and negative thoughts, re-experiencing, triggers, suicidal thoughts, negative outlook on the world, distrust in others, hypervigilance, always looking for fear or danger, stress, explosive anger, and persistent sadness, affect regulation, shame and denial. Shame for the things that happen to us that we don't understand, and denial, not even understanding it, not knowing it, denying it. No, it's no big deal. Very, very common for us to minimize our childhood. Very, very common. So, first of all, C-PTSD, maybe I should have said this before, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It's different than just post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. PTSD would be considered a single event. We commonly know it as, used to be called shell shock, people that come back from war and experience battles and it traumatized them, and now they have a stress disorder. Complex is ongoing, persistent, consistent, neglected, abuse, and trauma, typically starting from our childhood. We're even learning that adults that are diagnosed with PTSD most likely had C-PTSD in childhood. That's why they have PTSD in adulthood. So, I'm going to talk about one part of my symptoms when I had C-PTSD. That is finally better now. Cars. Boy, it's amazing how much cars irritated me, annoyed me, and brought out explosive anger. Oh man, let's get into it. Cars, just cars. How many of you experience these? Like me. People using their horn. Drive me crazy. Driving down the road, the street, they're honking at you. Because you cut them off. Somebody cut them off, right? You'll see two cars drive down the road and one's tailgating the other, honking at them. Ongoing minute or two, like, okay, we get it. They didn't see you. They cut you off. Get over it. Jesus Christ. Noise pollution. Or people pulling up to your neighbor's house, or maybe you're in an apartment complex. They pull up into the complex and they to let people know they're there. No, we don't do that, do we? We don't do that. For everybody else to hear you honk the horn, especially in an apartment complex. Imagine everybody pulling in the car with a honking the horn. It's fucking annoying, dude. I went crazy over that. Crazy. Like literally would lose my, you know what? Lose it. Swearing, calling them all kinds of names. I may go out there and be confrontational. God, that's just one. The horn. Music. It seemed to be mostly rap, and I like rap. So what it was the bass. Sitting in your house, concentrating, working on something, and they got to sit. They got to sit there in front of your house, in the parking lot, or wherever they are, but you got to sit in there and hear it. Setting off car alarms, it's so loud. The license plate frames, it rattles and everything in the car rattles and shakes. But hey, I got bass. Drive me absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Doors slamming. Just doors slamming. People getting out of the car and shutting the door. I'd say that was too hard. I could hear it. I could hear it outside. Someone, or the best is you hear a car pull up and park, and you have to hear 23 car doors slam. One car. One person gets out, opens it, shuts it. The next person gets out, opens and shuts it. Someone forgets something, they open the door back in and shut it. The people in the back seat get out and shut it. The trunk opens and shuts it. Someone gets back in the car, opens it, shuts it. All in like 10 seconds. And you're like, oh my God, how many doors do you have? Doors slamming. That's too hard, too loud. Headlights. Oh God, headlights. Remember back in the day when you go through a drive-through or something, people actually turn headlights off for you? You know, if someone's behind you, you don't have to have their headlights right in your rearview mirror and on you and stuff, so they turn them off. You're like, oh, that was nice. Yeah, those days are over. Now we have our headlights on all the time. What I see that just drives me nuts, and it's happened to me many times, I'll just say what happened to me. Someone will come up, shine their headlights directly in your window, and just sit there for an hour. You're like, no way. It's 11:30 at night, and it's totally bright in my bedroom because you're shining headlights in my bedroom. This would be like a hotel or an apartment where there's a parking lot, goes right up to the buildings, and you happen to be the window right there. I've had to call security. I've gone out and started fights. Turn your goddamn headlights off. I mean, my God. Your headlights. All the time. It seems like people always have to have their headlights on. If I'm parking, look at every parked car at night. They're not going anywhere for 2 hours. They got their headlights on. Always. If they're in the car, headlights have to be on. That's why there's something called parking lights. Headlights. No turn signal would drive me absolutely nuts. So there's no such thing as a car accident. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. There isn't. There's no accidents. Somebody did not abide by the rules. Because the rules are made so that there's no accidents. And if everybody follows the rules, there's no accidents. So when there's a car crash, that's what it's called, a car crash, somebody better pay for it. Oh yeah, if not both, 3, 4, 5 people, however many people are involved. There always has to be somebody responsible. That's why there's always an investigation, and somebody always gets some kind of a ticket or fine when there are 2 cars involved. No turn signal. People will not. I mean, you know, cars have this little thing here, and you just go like this. Tink, tink. That's it. And everybody knows where you're going. You can avoid car crashes, getting hit, losing your life, killing other people. No, that's too much. Or it's not cool. And that would just drive me nuts, drive me crazy. You want to cross a street, a busy street, you're walking. You want to cross a busy street. Here you go. And here comes cars coming at you. And then all of a sudden, a car just turns right in front of you. And you're like, oh my God, okay. You didn't even have your turn signal on, and it's illegal to cross in a crosswalk with a pedestrian in it. Do you see how crazy I used to be? Just nuts about this stuff. Just about cars alone. Tailgating. Do I need to say much about tailgating? How absolutely dangerous it is? If you hit a car in front of you, it's your fault no matter what. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Like I said, there's no such thing as accidents. Yeah, if you hit the car in front of you, it doesn't matter what they did. It doesn't matter if they came to a complete sudden stop. It doesn't matter if their brake lights don't work and they stopped and you hit them. You hit them, it's your fault, period. You are too close. Too close. And to drive down the street with a car right on your ass, and you're going like 5 miles over the speed limit, you're like, okay, yeah, so I need to go 15, 20 to suit you, right? And then they're right on your ass. They got their headlights right on you. They might honk. It's amazing. And you're going over the speed limit, right? Most of the time. I mean, I can understand someone getting annoyed because you're, in a 35 mile an hour zone, you're going 25. Yeah, like, okay, what's up, man? But just go around them. Something. You don't tailgate. It's so dangerous. Speeding. Speeding's pretty obvious. I hate people that speed too fast. I don't understand it. To put it in perspective, if you have an hour-long trip, you're going to drive for 1 hour to get to the beach, to get to your whatever, family's house. If you go 10 miles over the speed limit, you're probably going to get there about 10 minutes faster. And you'd have to go over 10 the whole time. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. It's a waste of gas. It's dangerous. So that's just cars. Imagine everything else in life. Little things that just drive you crazy. I want to know what they are. Tell me what they are, guys, if you can. I think it'll help a lot of other people that watch this video and read the comments down below. Yeah, for sure. I want you to all know everyone's capable of healing. Find a professional coach, a therapist, psychologist, some kind of professional to help you. This is a must. I can't stress it enough. We need to talk. And we need to do it with somebody that we can trust and somebody that knows how to help us, okay? Thank you, guys. You can find me at daviddemars.com if you want coaching. Love yourself first. I'll see you. Bye.